You hear the dribbling basketball. You hear the sneakers screeching on the hardwood. The NBA is back tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and we got your Western Conference preview. That's right. Yesterday, we took a look at the East, wide open. We can all agree with that. Let me know in the comment section and make sure you check out that video. It is linked down below as well. And to look at the West, best for last. West is the best, deepest conference, defending champion, Thunder. They kick off or tip off tonight against the Rockets as well. And we got the Lakers and Warriors on NBC. Round Ball Rock is back. We got Peacock, we got Amazon. So many ways to watch the NBA this season. But let's get to the West. I don't want to take too much of you guys' time. We can start at the top. You look at this, a lot of teams were good last year. Pretty much you got to win you got to win about 40, 48 games to really be a playoff team in the West. You had the Kings and the Mavericks at 40 and 39. That's because the bottom of the West just fell off of a map. Phoenix. I'm loving Portland. We'll get to them in a second. And the Chauncey Billups, the Spurs, Pelicans. Those are three teams I'm looking at. I think we can all agree, like in the East, with the Wizards and with the Nets and with the Hornets. Those are kind of the bottom feeders. I think in the West, the Jazz are kind of the worst of the worst, but they are going to be better than the Wizards team in the East. I like A's left, so we'll see. They got my boy Michael Clayton out, Walter Clayton out of Florida, the reigning defending champions, the most outstanding player in the tournament. So we'll see. But at the top, it's just the Thunder. We're thunderstruck. Chet Holmgren is only going to be a year better. He's healthy. They could be even better. And we know SGA, the MVP, J Dub, the Scottie Pippen to SGA's Jordan, if you want to put it there, the Batman to the Robin, Robin to the Batman, however you want to look at it. And Chet Holmgren for a full year would be great. His defensive presence. He pretty much makes him a championship caliber team with his defensive intensity, defensive presence, his ability to rebound and just alter shots. So, and that home court is very, very difficult. So we know OKC is going to be in the West Conference Finals, minimum. Now the Nuggets are a team I'm looking at to possibly meet them there. We know Jokic, best player in the league. Now they made some good moves. They bought in Bruce Brown back. Now we'll see if he has that magic he had in 2023. Now, who will be their third scorer? We got Michael Porter Jr. He is now in Brooklyn. They bring in, Cam Johnson. He is a good player. He's Mr. Reliable. He suits up every game as well as does Mikal Bridges with the Knicks. Now, can Cam Johnson take that step to what Michael Porter Jr. did? We'll see. But I like what Denver did. They got some depth. They got some big men that can play with Jokic, some pieces around him to protect him as well. I believe Dave Adelman played Valanciunas with Jokic. So Jokic being a power forward, not having to guard the centers, being able to stay out of foul trouble, being able to play against smaller forwards. So look for another MVP caliber season from Mr. Jokic. The Rockets, we know they got KD. Fred VanVleet is huge, but I do think having, a guy like Ahmed Thompson is going to be great. I look for him to take a big step. Obviously, some of the pieces they have, Alfred Sengun, Turkish Terminator is a beast. I think they're going to be in that top 3, top 4 range, no doubt. The Lakers, we got to talk about the Lake Show LeBron. We know he's still going at age 40. Now, he is going to miss the start of the year with a sciatica injury. Doncic, I think, is an MVP candidate. He's on my list of guys for MVP. Doncic, Jokic, Giannis in the East. Can't forget them. But he's going to have a chip on his shoulder. He lost the weight. He was traded last year. He's healthy. He's been there a full off season. He's got his contract. He is ready to be the guy in LA. DeAndre Ayton is a good pickup. He's still got AR-15, Austin Reeves, Hachimura. They have some depth. I would not be surprised if they meet the Thunder in the West Conference Finals. I think you look at this crop, Lakers are in that tier of teams that could compete for a chance to the finals against the OKC Thunder. The Warriors, can they do what they did in the second half of last season through the entirety of this season? Still got Kuminga. Jimmy Butler's there for a full year. Steph, the greatest shooter of all time. Team light skin. You still got the heart and soul, Jerry Mon Green. So we'll see. Like I said, Kuminga's still there. We'll see what they do this year. Steve Kerr's a hell of a coach. I still think they'll be in that top 5 Knicks. T Wolves, we know Ant-Man And man, Anthony Edwards is going to do what he does, but a year older, you're losing to kill Alexander Walker to Hawks, who I like in the East. Terrence Shannon Jr., who went to Illinois, is a really good player to fill in Alexander Walker. He could be the next Alexander Walker, but it could take him a year or two. So we'll see. Gobert seems to regress every year. Julius Randle is up and down, and they need Randle and Gobert to play like all stars to really get where they need to be. They beat the Lakers last year, but kind of fizzled out after that. The Mavericks will be interesting. Number one pick, Cooper Flag. Wave your flag, baby. Kyrie Irving dealing with injury. We'll see when he's back. But Anthony Davis hopefully can stay healthy. And, they're expecting a lot from Cooper Flag this year. And we'll see. And he's only 18 years of age, but we'll see what he can do as well. But I do think once Cooper Flag, AD, Kyrie, they got D'Lo, D'Angelo Russell, if they figure it out and they got my guy, they got Mr. Lively, they got Gafford. They figure it out. J Kidd is extended. He's going to be there. No questions there. If they figure it out, they're going to be a dangerous team. We know they can defend. Now the question is, can they score enough offensively? I think they will hopefully figure it out by the second half of the year. The Clippers. Now, if you tell me the Clippers make the playoffs, I wouldn't be surprised. You tell me they're in the play-in, I wouldn't be surprised. You tell me they're maybe in the bottom 4 or 5 of the West, I wouldn't be surprised either. As a team who misses the playoffs, we don't know what Kawhi Leonard has left after that. Those allegations this all season of money being paid to him sitting out, a lot of under the table deals. I don't know. We'll see. No, they are still good. They were good last year with James Harden had a career year. They still got Kawhi. They added Chris Paul back. You got Bradley Beal. You got him Brooke Lopez to play with. My boy Zubac, who's a beast, who does give Jokic some a little bit of trouble. He's able to go at Jokic and really help defend him a little bit one-on-one. Not stop him, but slow him down. So we'll see. They lost Norman Powell, but I think the Clippers, that beautiful new arena, I think they are still at least a team in the play-in. So we'll see. The Spurs, we know about when Banyama missed last year, unfortunately, due to a blood clot. My boy Swiper the Fox is there. De'Aaron Fox, he will be there. Didn't have to worry about it. He was traded last year, got a full off season. They got my boy Stephon Castle, reigning rookie of the year. Now Dylan Harper picked him in the top 5 of the draft. And we'll see how Harper, Fox, Castle with Wembanyama all coexist. We know how Wembanyama's going to do his thing, but who is that guard? Is it going to be Fox and Castle? What are we doing with Harper? Harper off the bench? Are we playing all three together? I don't know. That's an interesting take. No Greg Popovich on the sidelines. So we shall see. Kind of, Quinn, the coach, got experience last year without Pop, but we'll see. Hopefully Wembanyama back with his defense, his ability to score from India really help this team. The Grizzlies, John Morant's there. Hopefully he stays healthy. They got rid of Aaron Desmond Bain. I don't think they have enough. I think they're going to miss the play-in. I think they missed the play-in and playoffs altogether. Because I actually look at this bottom of the West. You look at it, the teams that could be. I think Utah's the worst, but I think they could win over 20 games. Now that's not a lot, but I think marketing, if he's traded or not, we'll see. You got Keontae George. You got my boy Ace Bailey. You got my boy, like I said, Walter Clayton. So you got some pieces there. So we'll see. I think they win over 20 games, though. Obviously, they got Walker Kessler. We'll see if they trade people, but I think they win over 20 games. I look at 3 teams of the Trailblazers with Chauncey Billups and that young core, the way they played down the stretch last year. Wembanyama with the Spurs, Castle, Fox, Harper, Zion, Ozempic Z, Zion, baby. He looks healthy. He looks ready to go. If he's healthy, with Jordan Poole, with DeJounte Murray healthy, what do they bring to the table? I like their teams. Trey Murphy, Alvarado. They got some pieces. Derek Queen, Maryland guy. You guys know I had to tap that in there. He's healthy and ready to go. So I think the Pelicans, Spurs, and Trailblazers. I don't trust the Suns. I think the Suns are the worst team in the West. I do. I don't. I love Devin Booker. I love Jalen Green. I like Dylan Brooks. I don't think they have it. They don't have a point guard. They haven't figured it out. I think they could be a team that could look to be sellers. I don't know what that means for Devin Booker, but I do think there could be a situation where they could be sellers at the trade deadline, maybe blow it up, and they could be in the lottery next. So I look at the Jazz, the Suns at the bottom. I think the Spurs and the Trailblazers could be 3 teams that rise up. And I look at the Kings. They added Russell Westbrook. They got Zach LaVine. My boy Murray, my boy Murray is out for the start of the season. Unfortunately, uh, Mr. Murray is going. It's going to suck. My guy Murray. The stretch four for the Kings, he's out. So I think they take a step back. So I think the Trailblazers, Spurs, and Pelicans all rise. And I think the Jazz, Suns, and the Kings are at the bottom. I think the Trailblazers, Spurs, and Pelicans rise. I think the Grizzlies don't make it. I'm gonna say Utah, Phoenix, Sacramento, and Memphis are your bottom four. Into a situation maybe where you could have Portland, San Antonio, New Orleans, and Dallas, I think all fighting for playing spots. And then I think your top teams, obviously the Thunder, I put the Nuggets behind them, the Rockets at 3, Lakers at 4, Warriors at 5, T Wolves at 6. But that T Wolves team is going to go as far as Anthony Edwards can take them. Now, I ain't going to lie. He can take them to a 4 or 5 seed. But I think they're a dangerous team, though. You play them in the first round, they're not an easy out because in 4 out of 7 games, Ant-Man, Gobert, and Randall, they can beat you 4 times, So we'll see. But the question for them is who's their point guard? I wish they would have gotten a point guard. KD didn't go there. Kind of like to see maybe KD go there as well. But we'll see what happens there. But I am rocking with the Thunder, Nuggets, Rockets, Lakers, Warriors, T-Wolves. I'm going to say Mavericks and Clippers all get in. And then, like I said, that is what? 7? Oh, that's 8. The last 2 teams, man, I don't know what makes it. Is it going to be Dallas? I got Dallas in. Okay. So we'll go. Wow, that's tough. You got 2 spots, maybe? The Spurs and the Trailblazers, maybe, and Pelicans. 2 out of those 3 make it. I don't think the Jazz, I don't think the Grizzlies, I don't think the Kings, and I don't think the Suns make it. So that gives an opportunity maybe for, you know, Pelicans, Spurs, Trailblazers, 2 spots, 3 teams, 2 spots. So one of those teams could be just. I'm loving Portland, San Antonio, New Orleans to rise, Phoenix, Utah, and Sacramento to fall. We'll see how it plays out. I do think, I think Memphis doesn't make it with Ja. They could blow it up even more. Is he traded? Possibly. We'll see. But that's going to be something to look forward to. Like I said, I do think Utah, Memphis, and Sacramento and Phoenix are the bottom. Spurs, Pelicans, Trailblazers rise. Clippers kind of on that fringe with the Timberwolves and the Mavericks as well. And I think the Warriors, Lakers, Rockets, Nuggets. You can add the Clippers in there with the Thunder are kind of the cream of the crop when it comes to teams that we know are going to make the playoffs. But I mean, it might take you 50 wins this year. It might be a situation where 50 wins is what you're going to need just to be in a play-in, just to be the 7 or 8 seed. So we'll see what happens there with that one. I'm looking to the West. We know the Wild West is crazy. Anything could happen. I love, like I said, SGA. Is he going to win MVP again? Is KD going to still break the hands of time? I wish they didn't lose Van Fleet. What is LeBron going to bring along with Luka, Jokic? I think they made some really, really good strides. I think I could see an OKC Denver West Conference Finals or an OKC Houston, OKC Clippers, OKC Minnesota. I mean, we don't know who the number 2 team is in the West. That's the biggest question. We know OKC's number 1. Who emerges as that second team to challenge them? Is it the Rockets, Lakers, Nuggets, Warriors, Timberwolves, Clippers? Somebody I haven't mentioned? Let me know in the comment section. But I do think the West is going to be wild. It's going to be about 50 wins to get in. And I think it's going to be very, very interesting to see. But make sure you guys slam dunk that subscribe button, block that bell, comment if you made it this far. Let me know what you're looking forward to in the West. Who are your breakout players, teams that rise, teams that'll fall. What are you looking forward to as tip-off is hours away? You hear the dribbling sound. We got the ball. Ball up, baby. Ball up. We're here. The game's on. We'll be live talking about it. And as always, it's the Flex Zone Podcast. Make sure you subscribe, join the family, and make sure you let me know in the comment section what you think. Hit that thumbs up, hit that bell, hit that subscribe button. The NBA season, it's a marathon, it's a grind, and we'll be here each step of the way here on the Flex Zone Podcast. Check out the video where I preview the East if you haven't already, and check out the West, which we just did now. More content throughout the season, and we'll see you when we see you here on the Flex Zone Podcast. Only place giving you NBA coverage how you want it, when you need it. I'll see you in the next one.